Why trade schools need to change. Now, I've got a problem with trade schools. Now, before anyone gets all mad, I'm not saying trade schools are bad. I'm saying that they aren't keeping up with reality because every single year we still hear about the skilled labor shortage. But every year we hear about companies that can't find workers, and every year schools graduate students who still aren't fully prepared for what they're walking into. So the question is simple. If we need more skilled workers than ever before, why aren't we producing them? So let's get something straight, just kind of off the bat. Trade school is important. But I went through a machine shop class through the high school. I learned how to set up machines. I learned how to use measuring tools. I learned the machining basics. And those skills, they absolutely helped me. So this isn't a trade school hate video. This is the problem. Problem is that trade schools, they often teach trades through tunnel vision, perspective that of what it's going to be like, but they don't teach the realities of the job. Welding in a thunderstorm, needing to torch a bearing off. The torch is a half-mile away in a storage container, and the cutting tip isn't there because it's in another guy's toolbox and conveniently called off that morning. So there's a difference. Trade school can teach you how to fix and run a machine, but it can't fully teach you of what it's like to work in a shop every single day. And trade school can teach you how to find a 24-volt short, but it can't teach you what happens when production is behind and the machine is down, everyone's looking at you for answers. The classroom teaches you the skills, the workplace teaches responsibility. Both are important. The schooling doesn't stop when you get the certificate. It gets you in the door and shows you put some effort in and wanting to do this, but the real work, well, that really starts on your first day. So when you show up on your first day, nobody really cares what grade you got. They care that you showed up. They care that you're on time, they care that you can communicate. They care that you can solve the problems. They care that you can work safely and that you can learn. A seasoned worker can spot a new guy pretty quick, and he can usually tell if it's going to work out or not. Work ethic is hard to teach, but they can see the fire that's built up inside of you. They can see that you're willing to do what it takes to get the job done, and schools don't really teach something else. In schools, they don't really teach something else either. Criticism. Now, before anyone gets all upset, I'm not talking about getting screamed at for no reason. I'm talking about being told when you're wrong. Because in the trades, if you make a mistake, that affects quality, safety, or production. Somebody's going to address it. And honestly, that's a good thing. Your pride is the only thing that can get in the way of that. Ego can be what the real bottleneck is in your learning. Also, one of the biggest breakthrough moments guys have when they can put that aside is that's how you learn. That's how you build the thick skin. That's how you figure out what went wrong and how to do it better next time. One day, you're the one teaching the new guy how to avoid making the same mistake. It's the trades circle of life. And some of the best tradesmen I've ever worked with, they weren't always the smartest guys in the room, but they were the guys that you could always count on. The guys that solved the problems. The guys, they looked at things from such a different angle that you end up saying to yourself, like, I never would have thought about it before like that. I didn't see it from that point of view. So with the trade schools, we need more of the hands-on training. We got students spending way too much time looking at PowerPoints and not enough time touching tools. The trades are hands-on. You don't learn to weld by watching welding. You learn to run a mill by watching. You don't learn troubleshooting by reading about troubleshooting. You learn by doing it. You learn by making the mistakes and then fixing the mistakes. You learn by breaking things and figure out how to make them work again. The more real projects students can get their hands on, the better, because confidence comes from experience. But also, we need more industry involvement. Schools can't solve this problem on their own. Industry has to step up. local machine shops, fabrication shops, wood shops, maintenance departments. Y'all need to invite the students in, give tours, show them the real world, what it looks like, let them see the machines, let them talk to the people who are doing the work. It's hard to complain about not being able to find help, and it's hard to complain about the next generation when you've done nothing to help develop them. Building the next generation of skilled tradesmen shouldn't be the school's responsibility. It should be a full-on community effort. Because the students need to see what the real world looks like. Most of them have no idea. And it's not their fault. They don't know. They don't know what they don't know. So we've all seen the ads for everything except giving out the kids hands-on experience. Come to this trade school, this, go do this, do this, do this. But none of it is hands-on real-world experience. And the answer is not getting rid of trade schools. The answer is making them better. More hands-on training, more mentorship. Is it possible to start a big brother program for the trades? I don't know, but we can start the conversation and get things moving. More industry involvement, more real-world experience, because the trades don't just need bodies. They need skilled workers, and skilled workers aren't built in a classroom. They're built through experience, and that's exactly why trade life exists, because if we can help one young person discover a career they love, if we can help one future welder, machinist, electrician, carpenter, millwright, take your pick. If we can help them find their path, then we're moving in the right direction. Work starts now.